Tribe, you guys, we always start our days off with gratitude. And even though, like I had mentioned, Miss Andrea and I did not sleep very good at all last night, we can still like probably list a whole notebook full of things we are grateful for because we have been practicing this for so long and we know the importance of how it is to start our mornings off with this. So if you guys will join us by dropping a few things you're grateful for in the chat, let's just start our morning off on the right foot. I am grateful to be home. My kiddos don't have school today. So they get to sleep in and I get to take care of my babe who just had her teeth worked on. My son has a friend over too, on top of all that. So it's been his first little sleepover and they extended it one more day because they just were not ready to go home. So I've been enjoying hearing all the giggles and the Nerf bullets shooting everywhere. It's been so fun. And I just am grateful to be here with you guys. I love doing this morning Zoom and starting my mornings off with some like-minded, awesome thrivers. Andrea, what you got?
I am super grateful for my Thrive, especially on nights where I hardly get any sleep. Helps me get through my day for sure. Um, and also, I get super excited, sleep or no sleep, to wake up and do these Zooms with you guys because it just lights my fire and it gets me super excited. So, let's see what else. I'm also grateful that I get to hang out with my kiddo because she doesn't have school either. And I am also excited and happy that it's going to be warm again today before it's like super, super freaking cold all week.
Yes.
Because I do not like the cold very much. So I'm really excited for like another like warm, sunny day because I don't know about y'all, but like when the sun hits my body, I'm like, oh, like I feel like I'm alive again.
We're basically house plants. Like we just
Yes.
need sunshine and water and rotate us. Like we're good to go.
Yes.
I have a few tips and tricks about gratitude too. If you are new to this or new to the Vibe Tribe or new to Thrive in general, like these tips are for you. Even if you have been doing this, maybe it'll help you expand your thought process when writing your gratitude. So make a list of things that you can take for granted. Like I know sometimes, like just thinking about the sunshine, just like Andrea said, like we take that for granted until it's been like a freaking 2-week blizzard. You know what I mean? Like those are some things that sometimes can slip our mind, but we woke up with a beat in our heart and breath in our lungs. That is something a lot of people can take for granted, and I do not anymore. Life is too short, and life is too precious. So that is something to write down. People who make your life easier or help you. That's a good one to write down. I freaking love Miss Andrea because she is my ride and die, my left hand. What is it? My right hand man and my left hand man. I could not do anything without her. So, my husband, my kids, like they make life worth living. So they would be top of my list. Things money can't buy, something you've learned, life-changing moments or conversations. Think of a difficult time where you faced adversity, that's the word, and overcome. Write thank you letters, write down your recent achievements, and describe the best part of your work and edify your people. So those are great ideas to get your gratitude flowing in the morning because attitude of gratitude, it's hard to have a bad day when you can find these little things to be grateful for along the way. So, do you have anything else to say about gratitude?
Just to practice it consistently, because when you do, it helps so much. I never did any of this before. I thrived, and it's made the biggest impact on my life, like mentally, especially when you are like going through a hard time. So I feel like it makes the biggest difference. Smallest practices make a big
Yes.
difference. So,
And I think writing them down on an actual piece of paper, or even if you want to just write them down, send them in your group chat. That way you can go back and read through them during the day, especially if it does turn out to be a harder day. You have that list right there and you can always refresh your mindset. And then every time we host the Vibe Tribe, I always kind of touch on personal development too, because I think gratitude and personal development go hand in hand. And when you're developing your mindset, it really is easier just to pull out these things to be grateful for, or to remind yourself, um, in case, the day gets away from you or something takes a turn and you weren't expecting it. It is easier with personal development to maintain that positive state of mind. So, personal development for me includes my I am statements. That is something I do right along with my gratitude. I write these down every single day, send them in my chat. And these are things that I want to cultivate within myself. Um, Things about my health, things about leadership, things about my relationships, just things that I know, areas I know I need to grow in, that I want to make happen for myself. So, um, like, hold on, I just sent them in the chat. Let me read them to you guys. And if you want, you can drop your IMs in the chat too. I just think they're so important, you guys. So I am deserving of my desires, and I'm in an alignment with the highest version of myself. I am worthy of limitless abundance. I am healthy and happy. I am safe and secure. I am loved and valued greatly. I am full of gratitude. I am radiant and full of positive energy. I make others smile and feel loved. I am strong and smart. I am where I belong. I am doing what I love with who I love. I am respected. I am inspired. I am I am self-disciplined and motivated. I am driven and fiercely passionate. I love and accept myself deeply and fully. I am always learning and always growing. I am limitless. I slay in my own lane. It is me versus me, and the best me always wins. I love the person I'm becoming and the life I am building. I am blessed beyond measure for this team, and I appreciate every single one of you. We are Team Badass. We are all deserving of our own 200K team, the life, health, and happiness of our dreams. And I pray we all show up every day ready to fight for what we deserve. I feel most accomplished seeing this entire team win and succeed. So those are my daily IMs. I say them every single day out loud. I give myself goosebumps. Sometimes I want to cry. Like, if that doesn't motivate you, then that's what you need to focus on. That's what you need to work on. You need to work on your powerful I am statements, because those should motivate you to be the person you want to be every single morning. All right. Do you have anything else on personal development, like where you plug in for personal development?
um, I do a lot of podcasts, but I also try to, like, personal development isn't just like motivational videos all the time. Like, I've learned that personal development is working on like your own issues that you may have, learned behavior, stuff like that, like stuff that you want to change about yourself to like be a better you. So like if you have a lot of anxiety or stuff like that, or like certain things trigger you to get upset, like that's something that you could like YouTube or whatever to listen to something about personal development so you can like work on those things. um I know that's something that I've done the past 2 years is like done the hard work and worked the hard things that, that we don't all talk about. So I feel like that's super, super important. Um, and not just listening to like motivational videos. Don't get me wrong, they're awesome. Like Steve Harvey. I think her name is it Renee Brown or Bené Brown?
That's a guy, I'm pretty sure. Is
Oh,
it?
oops.
I haven't. Yeah, maybe we're
She's
thinking
mixing
of.
up Les Brown and
Oh,
Green.
Okay, my bad, y'all.
knows we're both wrong. That's so
um
funny.
who else?
I remember Les for his laugh. His laugh on his motivational videos always cracks me up.
Yes. I guess I don't listen to a lot of stuff on YouTube. I listen to a lot of stuff like on Spotify. I listen to this gal, her podcast is called Emotional Badass. It's my favorite ever. Y'all should definitely check it out. And then the other one is this chick isn't she from Australia, Katie?
Yes, I love
She's so
her.
cool.
Yeah.
Her podcast is called it's called Do You Fucking Mind, but it is so awesome. Like I love her. Like she's totally blunt and to the point, and she teaches you all kinds of shit that you need to know. So
Yes, lots of mindset hacks and just really cool brain facts and information. I'm the type of person I like to know how things work. So especially if you're working on your mind, knowing how like all that like brain connectivity and stuff like that or rewiring, that's freaking awesome to me. So
see, I knew I was right.
oh, I'm sorry. I've never heard of that before. I'll have
I've
to
seen like quotes
Google
on
her.
Pinterest with her name. That's why I was like,
Okay.
I know that there's somebody named that.
I'm gonna go YouTube her after this. Sorry, my loves. Katie Sue's wrong. And then yes, just like Andrea said, personal development is much more than the motivational videos. It is actually getting personal, digging down deep, and oftentimes working on things that trigger you. Like there is a reason why you get upset or are triggered emotionally over things that have happened or things that will happen, and really digging down deep and finding the root to that issue and working on it and then going and applying it to your life immediately. That's what's
That's
going
the
to
hard
build
part.
yeah, that is really hard. Like it is awesome. Like, oh yeah, I know how to cope with this and this and this until it actually happens.
Yeah.
And you're forced to either revert to old ways and just punch people in the throats, or you can apply what you've learned with your personal development and actually grow and become a better, stronger, more emotionally intelligent you. So that's super important. Okay, team news. I don't think very much new stuff is going on, but we'll just kind of recap. The leaderboard is still up. February Frenzy, first order bonus, and first time 4Ks get $1,000 in credits. That's until the end of February. And then Thrive Palooza, that is coming near, you guys, and that is so important for you to get yourself and your teams there. Talk about personal development, leadership development, all that in one weekend surrounded by your team. Like there is no other opportunity for you to grow like there is at Thrive Palooza. So get your butt there. It is so important, you guys. It is so important. And I'm so excited. I cannot wait. I love Thrive Palooza. Okay.
Shannon has something to say. Girl, unmute yourself.
I didn't want to interrupt. Today or tonight, I should say, at 7 p.m. Central, 8 p.m. Eastern, there is a Zoom called Fast Start Training for you and your team with Liz Ruth, which is our digital marketing director, and then 4 badass ADKs. So that should be in your email, and it'll also be in your back office.
Yeah, so I was going to mention that too. Fast start training is usually for your newbies, but I mean, you guys, these are some rock stars, like Shannon said. So if you don't have anything to do at 7 p.m. Central, get on there. Like, it is free training for us all. So just like with our personal development, just like with this Zoom, like, soak in the knowledge like a freaking sponge and then just go apply it to your business immediately. That is the key. That is the key. And then I wanted to remind everybody that Ultimate Thriver picks are due tomorrow. So if you are in the Ultimate Thriver Challenge, get those pictures taken and uploaded to your back office today or tomorrow. That's flying by. We're already halfway through. So I just want to congratulate you guys all already. If you are in the Ultimate Thriver Challenge, keep pushing, keep being a product of your product. Consistency is key. And then that just drops us into the topic of the topic of the day. We want to go over some like tips and tricks for consistency, and then also touch on groups. So, I mean, like, the key to success is freaking consistency. No matter how slow you go, no matter how fast you go, it boils down to the habits that you are doing consistently. And so, like, consistency looks different for everybody, right? So take this with a grain of salt. Apply what resonates with you. But honestly, it's really up to you to find out what consistent actions are going to help you achieve your goals, because not everybody is the same. Not everybody has the same lifestyle or schedule. So really, this is just going to be what Andrea and I do and have done to get to where we are at this point in life. Up until this point, I guess. So I think for starters, I mean, this is nothing new either. Having a clear why set in stone, like one that you can run through a brick wall with, like that is super, super important. If your why, like if you wake up, your alarm clock goes off and you think of your why, and you if you don't automatically want to jump up out of bed to go do whatever you need to do for your why, then your why is not strong enough. If it doesn't drag your ass out of bed and get your butt into motion, then you need to dig deeper. And that's where personal development comes in too, because a lot of the times I feel like people will have like a superficial why. And that's because they're like, oh, I want this, I want this, I want this, and not even getting in touch with what they need. So I think that's a common problem with consistency.
Like I know I've heard other people say it too. If your why doesn't make you cry, then it's not big enough. So it has to touch you in the feels for sure.
Yes, it has to be something like there is a reason, there's something pushing you and calling for you to do more and to be better. You need to get in touch with that. You need to get in touch with yourself and learn your why. Because I can tell you 100%, well, like maybe 1% of you guys wake up wanting a Mercedes Benz. But I'm gonna tell you, I wake up wanting a nice vehicle because I got tired of being stranded on the side of the road with a shit car. Okay, that is my deeper why. Like, I don't care what label is on top of that car as long as it gets my family from point A to point B safely. And that is my why. That is my deeper why. So that's something to think about. And it's going to be different for all of us. So, and then I think as far as consistency goes, setting up small rituals, like, and if you're just starting, it can be as simple as waking up before your family, making your bed, taking your 3 steps, listening, reading your PD, washing your face, drinking water. Start with those small goals and that you can easily become consistent with. And that's what's going to start building your discipline. It's those small actions every single day adding up. That's what's going to show yourself. It's going to like show your brain that you are a consistent human and you are capable of being consistent. Just these small little rituals. That's what's going to teach yourself that you're capable of being consistent. What do you think, Andrea?
I agree. I don't know that I have anything else to add.
Like, for example, if you're like if one of your goals is to start working out and you just feel like you cannot get consistent, like why do you want to work out? Like we need to dig deeper. Like what is the issue here? Like do you have like an event you want to go to in a few months and you feel some type of way, like, or you want to feel some type of way, like I want to go to this event, I want to feel confident and comfortable in my own skin enough to mingle with my classmates. Say if you were going to like a class reunion or something, like you need to think about how you want to feel and why you're doing what you are doing so that you can get to your goal. Because I'm gonna tell you right now, waking up and working out sucks. Like it is the hardest thing ever. Even if you don't like wake up and immediately work out, you're gonna go to work, you're gonna be like, oh, I gotta go to the gym after work. Like it is the hardest thing in the world. But if you keep reminding yourself of the reason why you want to work out, then things become easier. You wake up, you put on your clothes, you take your 3 steps, and then all of a sudden you have energy to burn and you're working out. Like things like that just flow when you can remind yourself of your why. I think that's like basically the key of becoming consistent and building discipline is just having a strong enough why. So if you guys need help breaking that down, go to your upline. Say, this is what I think I want, but I'm having like, there's a breakdown somewhere. I just can't seem to get to that point. And we can probably help you break it down, set some smaller goals, some smaller rituals to set in place. So that way you can build your consistency.
Have you noticed that over time your why has changed?
Oh yeah. Like for when I started network marketing 7 years ago, my why was to bring my family home together. My daughter was my adoptive oldest daughter. She was in foster care. She had been taken away from her biological mom. So we were like in the fight for her life, basically. We had to fight the state of Nebraska and the state of Kansas to get her home with us, my husband. And so that was my why. Like when we found out she was in foster care, we did not have an emergency fund. We could not afford to hire an attorney right away to get her home with us. So it did take us a while, a few months actually. And I mean, like we were able to hire a lawyer, but the whole process took us a few months. And they ended up giving her back to her bio mom. So after all that, we still had to fight for custody and prove unfit and all that good stuff. So it was a financial thing, really. We did not have the emergency fund to get her home. And that feeling of being useless, unable to help. Oh, I will freaking cry. I almost cussed. That feeling is what pushes me or what pushed me. Ooh.
Starting the day off crying. It's not even 6:30 yet, Katie.
It was just our 7-year anniversary too.
Yes.
So like that is good though. That is good to think back because now she is 14 years old.
She's beautiful.
Just got her wisdom teeth taken out. Poor girl. But like that's been a huge why for us, is just bringing our family together and keeping her healthy and safe and protected. And it just so happens she's the reason we're not going to go to Punta Cana next week, just because she had her surgery, and I don't want to leave her when she needs me. That's a huge thing for me. So, family is my why. My daughters, my kiddos, those are my whys. And it's not just, some superficial thing like, oh, I want to give my kids beach vacations, this and this and this. It's actually, it was a life and death situation back in the day. So, and now I'm committed to giving her and her siblings the best me too, because I want to be a good mom. I didn't have a good mom. My parents were addicts and alcoholics, so I didn't have that either. So that's a huge why for me. And I didn't plan on crying, but y'all, that's an example. If your why don't make you cry, go get some work done, because you're not digging deep enough.
I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to make you cry.
You're okay. You're okay.
But
I'm
proof that moms can change.
Yes, you are. And that's, now you know why I have that appreciation for you.
Well, I hope your mom can change too.
I'm praying for her, but
I will too.
Thank you. But yeah, so your why changes throughout the year or throughout the years. And we did bring her home, and she is healthy. She is a freaking
She's thriving.
Awesome. She's an
beautiful.
amazing athlete. She's so smart. And I mean, all of my kids are. They're too smart for their own damn good. And they are ridiculously spoiled rotten, but they are grateful. They are so grateful. My son, he is kind of the worst, because he's the one who's grown up ever since. Well, like, he was a baby when I first started network marketing. So this is all he knows. And he is kind of rotten to the core because of it.
Oh, he's not.
But he is one of the sweetest kids ever too. So I can't complain too much. But he is one that, like, well, why can't I have this snack, mommy? Like, I can't tell him we can't afford it, because like, that's just not how it used to be for his sisters. On the other hand, I used to have to tell them no all the time because we couldn't afford it. But so, like, your why changes, and over the years, as you grow financially, personally, it is going to change. And this past year, or the past 2 years, when things have really, really been comfortable for me financially, I've really had to dig deep and figure out another why. Like, why do I need to keep pushing like I was at the beginning? And now my why is because I have girls on my team who are struggling the way I was 7 years ago. Oh, I'm gonna freaking cry again. Oh my God. See, it's the magic of the why. If you're not crying, if you're not waking up every morning, jumping out of bed because you're like, oh, I got to get this done, or, oh, I'm running with this girl because she deserves this, and yada, yada, yada. Like, that's my why now. Like, I know there are some amazing mamas on my team who deserve so much better. So I am running with them, and we're going to find that peace and that comfort for them as well. And I'm done crying. Andrea, do you want to say anything about
that? Girl, I think you covered it. I think you covered the why. What else do we got though?
Maybe if you want to touch on groups.
Okay. I'm going to share a tip with you guys that I learned off of a call. Oh, I think it was a few weeks ago. There was a gal who talked, I don't remember her name, but her little spiel on groups was to have 2 groups about your 5 things. Like my 5 things, a couple of them are baking, making cakes, and plants. So say I go and I interact in these 2 groups every day, 10 minutes in each group. And then I add 2 friends in each of these groups. If I spend 20 minutes a day, every day, interacting and adding 2 friends, that's 14 friends every week, you guys. And that's just, 2 friends per group. And then when you are adding these people in these groups, because you're interacting, right? So like say you see a post, say I see a post about this lady made a cake and she, decorated it with buttercream, and like that's what I'm doing. So I need help. So I'm gonna go like message her and be like, girl, I seen your post. Your cake is beautiful. Like I need your help or advice because I'm trying to make this cake this lady ordered, and I need to know how to do this or whatever. You know what I mean? And then you're not being like a total creeper. You know what I mean? Like you are being a real person and you are asking them for help as a friend. And then that's how you make like a genuine connection in their inbox, because you're talking about something that they posted about. You're not just like, hey girl, happy Friday. How are you? They're going to be like, who are you? Where are you from, girl? And that's why people kind of sometimes get weirded out. So a great way to do it and make those new connections and to have something in common is to be interacting in those groups that you're in. And then, when, you're replying to comments and that kind of thing, then to go check out that person's profile and then, scope out their profile and then decide to add them as a friend. So I thought that was an awesome tip on a call that I learned. And I've been trying to implement that in my business. And I've had a lot of people in groups. And then you'll find that like these people that you add in your groups, like I'm also in like a fit moms group because when I was pregnant, I was working out. So I was in like a fit pregnancy moms group. I added this girl, and come to find out she works out, but she also makes cupcakes. She posted yesterday about cupcakes. And so right away, instead of like commenting on her post, or I commented on her post and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm going to need your help. And then I messaged her right away. You know what I mean? Instead of just commenting on somebody's stuff, like if you see something that they post or something that you relate to, jump in their inbox and be like, hey, I seen your post and I just wanted to say yada, 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 or whatever, you know what I mean? Whatever, however you related to it. I feel like that's a great way to connect with people as well. And you're not just like, sending a kind message. You're like genuinely connecting with them, asking them for help or asking them about their post or things like that. So
yes, that's super important. We all know, we're supposed to identify our 5 things that make us outside of Thrive. And then that's how we find the groups to be involved in. And then the way we go about it, I feel like a lot of us need to switch our mindset. Like we are not adding ourselves to these groups to find Thrive customers. We are adding ourselves to these groups to build new friendships. And if Thrive eventually blossoms out of that friendship, then so be it. It was a God thing. But right now, your mindset should be, how can I connect with people? How can I make new friends? And you're adding yourselves to groups pertaining to your 5 things. So you're going to find your type of people. And I feel like it's super important to make these connections outside of Thrive before you add them to your page. So you're connecting to people inside those groups because of something they posted or something you posted, or you're replying to a comment on a post that you relate to. And then the people who interact with you, that's who you're going to, like Andrea said, look at their profile, make sure you guys can kind of like vibe together. You're going to know right away. And then add them to your Facebook. And then that's when they're going to see you post also about stuff that you're interested on your page as well, because it's our pages are supposed to be us with Thrive sprinkled on top. So hopefully the first thing they see is something about you instead of Thrive. So whether it be a story, whether it be a post on your page, hopefully you are taking your 5 things from that group and putting them also onto your page so you can make that transition. It's going to be really weird for you to be adding people from plant groups and then they come over to your page and they see nothing about plants. They just see Thrive. They're going to be like, this is lame. I don't know what Thrive is. I have no interest in this chick. They're not even going to accept your friend request probably. So if you're a cupcake boss like Andrea and she doesn't have a story about baking or like a little cupcake in her bio or something like that, that's going to pull those people in, she's not going to get people to accept her friend request. So I think that's super important too. Show people who you are on your page. So that way, when you're adding people from groups, they are interested immediately and not turned away by, a walking billboard.
I like that.
Yes. And then also the 3-2-1 method that we use once we do get people added from groups, I think really helps us just kind of getting connected right away. The 3-2-1 is you go to their profile, you like their 3 most recent posts that you can connect with, you leave 2 genuine comments, and then you get into their inbox through stories. And this is going to be super, super easy to do if you guys are adding like-minded people. You're going to find stories that you can react and comment to. You're going to find posts to leave comments on. You guys are just going to be able to vibe together that much more. And if you feel like you can't add friends from your groups, maybe you need to find other groups. I know Shannon last night mentioned on the Sunday Zoom that she's in some like survivor groups, and they're not trusting of new people just because of what they went through. So like those groups are really awesome to be in, I feel like, for your support and for your personal development maybe, and just feeling not alone, but also being in groups that you're passionate about, like your hobbies. And if you don't have hobbies, which is pretty common when you first get started, because I was a mom, like I put myself on the back burner. I did not know what life was outside of, changing diapers, breastfeeding, stuff like that. Like I had to work on myself. I had to work on my personal development to rediscover who I was again. So that just is like a huge circle around to the top with personal development. It all connected together today. So I don't have much else to say. Let me check the chat real quick if there's any questions. Yes. So once you're adding people to your page and putting them through the 3-2-1 method, they're gonna ask you what Thrive is, or they're gonna like or comment on a Thrive post or story, and then that's when you can get your foot in the door that way. But it's super important to have that first connection being genuine, like person to person, not anything to do with a company or product. All right, though, I think we are done. Miss Shannon, do you have anything you want to add?
Just that you are both badass rock stars, and I am grateful that you guys show up and help me with these Zooms in the morning. It has been an awesome pleasure listening to you both today. You rock, and I look forward to hearing you next time.
Thank you for having us. I really appreciate you too. Love you all. I hope you have I have a hard time cussing on here just because I don't want to offend anybody, but I hope you all go out there and have a badass Monday.
Go crush the day.
Yes.
Yes, there you go.
Go show
Sometimes I
people
have,
why you're motivated.
Amen.
yes, Motivation Monday. Go be a
Yes.
thriver. All right, y'all. We will see you next time. Thank you for plugging in.